Good day, good people. My name is Darnarian McCants, former Burgundy and Gold fifth round draft choice out of Delaware State University. I want to thank Coach Tay for bringing me a part of this program and what he's doing this week to help anyone, right? He's reading from the Coach's Bible and he gave me a verse. My verse is John 15:16. John 15:16. In his quote, "You did not choose me, but I chose you." And then looking at the Bible and the verse that he sent to me, it's basically the coaches go through a quote and then kind of apply it to their life. And I'll try to keep it brief and try not to go too far of a tangent to show you how it works and why it works, right? In my life. And sometimes you don't see it as a young person until it's later. And that's the purpose of going through life's journey and then having mentors and guidance through your life, especially coaches like Coach Tate, because he played a major factor and a major part in my life, even though we're only a couple years apart. So you never know where this information or this divine nature will come from. So once again, John 15:16, you did not choose me, but I chose you. The rest of that is go forth and serve. Go forth and bear fruit, right? So to bear fruit means good work, love, peace, patience. Something that you need as a coach, something that you need as a person, something that you need as a parent, something that you need as a teacher. And the basis of that is that you think you're making a lot of decisions and you have freedom of choice, but some things are already kind of set up. And it's just coming down to a fork in the road to say, hey, are you going to go left or are you going to go right? And the bottom line is your connection to the divine, right? Your bottom line, the connection through Jesus Christ, the connection through God. And if those who do not believe, but what is your connection to your God and what is great to you and the belief of something that is greater than you, right? So my quick story, and like I said, I'll try not to go for a tangent, but the divinity, the divine of it, at 17 years old, my mother didn't want me to go to college. My mother said, hey, just work. She didn't want me to go to school, but I'm like, Shawty, you see this body? You don't know what this body can do. I'll be doing amazing things out there now. You just watch out. You got to come to a game. Now, have you? My mother never came to any of my games. So she never knew exactly who or what I was or what I was capable of doing. Now, that being said, I ended up going to Delaware State. Freshman year, played pretty well. Sophomore year, ended up starting. Junior year, I didn't play at all. And this is where Coach Tay comes in. This is my first real challenge of not having and not being able to do what I want that wasn't in my control, right? So I went to 3 different high schools, and every school I went to, I was going to start or play, right? As long as I'm playing, I'm cool. Care less about the rest of the bull job and started it. Could care less, right? But at this time, it was pivotal. I wasn't doing well in school, wasn't doing well on the field, and I real personally was ready to quit. But I had never came into those situations, or I never felt that way before. And we were just sitting, and for some reason, I asked Coach Tay, and he was just Tato at the time. Hey man, like, I think I told him, my situation. They ain't playing me. I don't know what's going on. Nobody tell me anything. I'm just sitting on the sideline. Everybody asking me why I'm not playing. Y'all see what I can do. Y'all seen what I've done. I've been starting the last 2 years. What's up? And he said the simplest words of, life is what you make it. And whatever happened in that moment triggered something in my brain. I went to school to get a degree. I didn't go to school to play football. I was a basketball player. I love basketball. Football was an option. Football was a decision I made because in high school, once again, I love basketball. I'm playing against some of the best in the region between DC and Baltimore. And yet I was a county kid, so I didn't quite get the looks. I also didn't have the grades, and I also didn't have the SATs. So that might have been the reason why I didn't get the information. But also, I didn't have anybody to guide me. So I was pretty much on my own, and neither one of my parents had went to college to play sports, let alone college. So nobody was really guiding me. But that being said, I chose football. I could have banged my head against and played basketball. Would I've got the same result? Who knows? I'm the same person. I was gonna have the same work ethic. It was gonna get done, right? But I chose football. I had two options. Hey, go left or go right. You want a 6'1", 6'2" guard, or do you want a 6'1", 6'2", 190-pound, run a 4.5 wide receiver? So was it the choice or was I chosen? Coach Tay said, hey, man, life is what you make it. And from that, I was like, you know what? I came here to get my degree. So I ain't tripping off football. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. When these people figure out that I'm the best thing on this field, they'll figure it out. If not, I'm getting my degree. I'm going to be a teacher. At 12 years old, I decided I was going to be a teacher regardless. So I knew what my purpose was in school. I really didn't have a purpose when it came to football. I just knew I was good at it. I was good at being an athlete. I worked hard. And I wanted to be the best. Right? So that was just kind of my mindset. But that trigger changed something else. It sent me in a different direction, mentally as well as physically. So after that, junior year finished out. Ironically, the coaches from that previous year who didn't play me were released. Everybody was up in the row. Oh, these coaches, oh, la, la, I'm like, y'all came to school to get my degree. They weren't playing me. I could kill less. Whatever. Next coach comes in, asks me a simple question. He was like, hey, man, you haven't done anything your junior year. Why should I give you anything, any kind of money? Whew. Throw me the ball. We're going to win. Say that again. If you give me the ball, we will win. And Coach Blackman was like, hey, I've never had a student or a young man ever talk to me like that. I'm going to fulfill this scholarship and we're going to see what happens. Now, I was a senior. I was pretty much done. Only reason I came back is because divinity. This same lady who was a devout Jehovah's Witness who at 17 told me, hey, just go to work. You shouldn't go to school. My mother also told me to go back to college because I only needed 6 credits. And after those 6 credits, I was done. I had 3 schools lined up in PG that were willing to pay me and start me off to a good life as a teacher. But this same woman who said, hey, stay home, go to work. You don't need to go to school. School isn't for you. Whatever else she said. And I'm like, no. So now 4 years later, she's telling me that you need to go finish playing football. My senior year, I ended up leading the nation in touchdowns, and I was the number 1 athlete coming out of Black college. So, once again, did I choose it or did it choose me? Now, the reason and knowing what I know now is that it chose me because of my platform. Now, as an NFL player, and with the tags and logos and the names that I have and the letters that I have behind me, people are more willing to listen. They're more willing to listen to the information because I've gone to a level that 99.9% of athletes will never ever see. I'm a 1% of the 1%. So ironically, the numbers are 15 and 16. My number has always been 5, and I'm the first grandchild. My number has always been 1 because I'm the first. I was born August 1st. First grandson, born August 1st. And ironically, the 1 in 5 has always been there. And now I'm a 6. So the elevation of understanding, did I choose it or did it choose me? And I personally think football chose me. I didn't love football. I love to compete. I love to play hard. I love the competition. I love the camaraderie. I love the fellowship. Like, that's what I loved. Then I fell in love with football because of the lessons that it was teaching me and the lessons that I was learning as I went along and the men that I was meeting. And I'm a teacher. It taught me love. It taught me patience. And it brought a peace to me, right? I'm a big physical guy. I didn't realize how violent I could have been if I didn't play sports. That's just the reality of it. And I think we see that a lot of times in our society, that we place this energy in places that gets us in trouble and our lives in jeopardy. So did it choose me, or did I choose it? And that is the calling. And that is what you have to ask yourself. Out of these options, what are my choices? What are my decisions? And what are my consequences? I say this to my groups all the time. Consequences don't mean negative. Consequence simply means a result. To bear fruit, to go forth and do good works, to service your community, to service the people that you say you love around you, the community that you say you love. So did it choose me, or did I choose it? Basketball player, mother said not to go. I chose to go. Mother said, hey, I'm not going to go. And then I go and play my senior year and ended up being a first round draft choice to the Burgundy and Gold in Washington. So think about it. Think about that statement. Did you choose it, or is it choosing you? And what decisions are you making? Are you going forth and doing the right things and serving your community? Loving yourself. I think that's the first thing. We miss that a lot. Love yourself first before you can love anybody else. Understand yourself and what's going on with you before you can do anything for anybody else. And then what's within comes out. Love, peace, patience. That's what it's going to take to coach. That's what it's going to take to teach. That's what it's going to take to be a parent. That's my take. That's my story on John 15:16. Thank everybody who brought me in. Appreciate you, Coach Tay. Hopefully this video helps. And any questions and concerns, you can find me at Coach McCants. I'm all over the internet. I ain't hard to find. Until next time, y'all be great. Roll.